Students, this video is for class 9 chemistry. Chapter 2 is matter around us pure. Today's topic is suspensions and colloids. We'll be discussing about the properties of suspensions and colloids. First, let us see the properties of a suspension. Number 1 is suspensions are heterogeneous mixtures. We have read about heterogeneous mixtures, that those mixtures which have not the same composition throughout the mixtures, they are known as heterogeneous mixtures. So suspensions are heterogeneous mixtures. Now when we talk about the second property, size of the particles, the size of the particles of suspension is very big. That is, it is more than 1000 nanometers in diameter. That is the size of the particles of a suspension, and we can see them through our naked eyes. So it is more than 1000 nanometers in diameter. Now the third property is filterability. Filterability, we have discussed, I have told you how to make the filter paper cone in the last video. Now in this, what we do is we take suppose sand solution, that is solution of sand in water, and this is your filter paper cone. This is filter paper cone, right? And this is your funnel. We fix it in the funnel, and this is the beaker. Now we keep the funnel on the beaker and we pour from here sand solution, that is sand plus water. Now when we pour sand solution and we pass through this filter paper, we'll see the sand particles get collected on the filter paper. These are the sand particles which get collected on the filter paper. We'll observe that the residue is left on the filter paper, and that is sand. And the filtrate, now this what gets collected in the beaker is filtrate, and that is the water. The water gets collected in the filtrate, in the beaker. This is known as filtrate. Water gets collected over here. It means we can use filtration technique for separating a suspension. Okay, now let us talk about the next property, which is stability. Now suspensions are unstable. Okay, unstable means, suppose we take a suspension here, that is we take we take water in the beaker and we add sand from here. So first the sand particles will be suspended in the water, and then later on what will happen, they are going to settle down at the bottom. It means that they are unstable. Initially they were here suspended in the water and then they settle down. These are the sand particles which settle down. So this is unstable. Suspensions are unstable. First particles are suspended and then they settle down. Now the next property is Tyndall effect. Now for Tyndall effect, I have told you that Tyndall effect is scattering of light. So what we do is when we show a torch towards a suspension, that is suppose I show the light over here, then first what will happen, these sand particles are in between, so they are going to scatter the light. Here you will see the scattering of light, you will see the path of the light here, so light will be scattered. So suspensions are going to show you the Tyndall effect initially, but later on when the sand gets settled, now when the sand gets settled, this is the water which is here and it is behaving like a solution. So this is not going to show you the Tyndall effect. So when we show a torch towards a suspension, first the light gets scattered and the path of the light is visible, and later on the suspension will break when the particles of the sand will settle down. The path of the light is not visible. So initially they will show you the Tyndall effect and later on they are not going to show you the Tyndall effect. Okay, so these are the properties of a suspension. Now let us talk about colloids. For colloids are homogeneous. Colloids are homogeneous mixtures, and no, they are heterogeneous. Actually they appear to be homogeneous. Okay, this is very important, that they are heterogeneous. Colloids are heterogeneous mixtures, but they appear to be homogeneous. They appear to be homogeneous. Okay, when we look at milk, we find that it is homogeneous, but actually it is heterogeneous. They appear to be homogeneous, but they are heterogeneous mixtures. size of the colloid particles is in between the solutions and the suspensions. That is, the size of colloids is larger than the solutions and smaller than the suspensions. That is, the size is between 1 nanometer and 1000 nanometers in diameter. This is the size of the particles of colloid. Now let us talk about the filtrability of colloids. Colloids can pass through the filter paper. If we do the same experiment here, suppose we pass a milk. Milk is a colloid. Now we pass milk through the filter paper, we'll find that complete milk will get collected in the beaker here. So colloids can pass through the filter paper due to their small size. So the filtration technique cannot be used. This filtration technique cannot be used for separating the colloids. Okay, then we use another technique which is known as centrifugation. We'll talk about it later on. Now, the next property of colloids is stability. Colloids are stable. Colloids are stable. When we keep, suppose we keep milk in a beaker, none of the particles will get settled down here. Why? Because they are stable. Colloids are stable. Okay, if we leave any of the colloids like starch solution undisturbed, then the particles will not settle down. It means that they are stable. Then we come to the Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect is a very unique property of colloids. It is always found in colloids. Tyndall effect means scattering of the beam of light. So scattering of beam of light when we let the light pass through a colloid. Now let us take the example. Suppose we take here milk in a beaker and we pass light through it. So when we let the light pass through a colloid like milk, the path of the light is visible. We can see the path of light here. This is known as scattering of light and it is known as Tyndall effect. When sunlight passes through canopy of dense forest, it shows Tyndall effect. Another example is when fine beam of light enters a room through a small hole, scattering occurs by dust and small particles in air. So that is also an example of Tyndall effect. Okay, now we have done the comparative study here. This is a comparison between solutions, colloids and suspensions. This is the difference between suspension, solutions and colloids. The first one is the nature. The property is nature, that is solutions are homogeneous, colloids and suspensions, both of them are heterogeneous. Then when we talk about the particle size, the size of the particles is very small. Colloids are bigger than the solutions but smaller than the suspensions, and suspensions are the biggest one. We can see them through the naked eyes. Suspensions are visible through the naked eyes. You can see the suspensions through your eyes. There is no need of microscope. For colloids, we can't see them through the naked eyes. Okay, we need some microscope to see the particles, and solutions are very, very small. The particle size is very small and we need to use some ultra microscope to see the solutions particles. Then when we look at the appearance, solutions are transparent, colloids are translucent and suspensions are opaque. Filterability, filtration technique cannot be used to separate solutions. Filtration technique cannot be used to separate colloids, but yes, filtration technique can be used to separate suspensions. When we look at the stability, solutions are stable, they don't settle down if left undisturbed. Colloids are also stable, they don't settle down if left undisturbed in the beaker. And suspensions are unstable. Initially the particles are suspended and later on they settle down. Then Tyndall effect, solutions don't scatter the beam of light, it means they don't show Tyndall effect. Colloids, they scatter the beam of light and show the Tyndall effect. And suspensions scatter the light when particles are suspended, but when particles settle down, suspensions don't show the Tyndall effect. Now let's see the examples. Solutions, we know many examples of solution. They are very common. NaCl plus water, sugar plus water, these are the examples of solutions. Then for colloids, milk is a colloid, starch plus water is a colloid. Then for suspensions, the examples are sand plus water, chalk plus water. I hope all three are clear to you. Okay, thank you.